Imagine seeing my child in a hammer. I don't know that there's anything harder except losing a child, right? And what that meant, coming from a community that maybe didn't think about incarceration very much, and what that made us feel as parents, as family members, as loved ones. I got death threats for writing The Prisoner's Wife, and every job that I've had, I've gotten a phone call on that said, don't hire the woman who married a killer, including places where I just wrote blogs for. So I wonder if you would talk a little bit about that, Gretchen, and then you, Michelle, pick up from there, please.
So I'm feeling like a bit of an imposter here because I haven't served time behind bars. I've certainly done my weekly trips as a parent to prison to visit my son.
You served time. They locked you up too.
You know, they say that addiction is a family disease, and it certainly is. You can see how we all play our roles. But as a mother, yes, I did serve time. This is my precious boy that I shared my body for 9 months. Actually, he hung around almost 10 months now. So this is the boy that I breastfed for 2 years and did breast-ins in San Francisco because they weren't allowing us to breastfeed in public. I've always fought against injustice, and when it happens in my own family and my own neighborhood and people aren't talking about it because of stigma and shame. When my son was arrested at 20, and society and the criminal justice system and just about everybody else had labeled him a criminal, and I knew this boy's soul. And I started fighting against it. So I have to, in a way, thank these horrible laws that we have, because it brought me into a movement where I have a voice because of personal experience to try to change these absolutely horrible wrongs that are being done to all of us. I want to talk about the stigma a little bit, because when you think about it, when I first started, it was all about treatment instead of incarceration, and that passed, and some of the people that I was working with said, okay, our job's done. But I had just begun to scratch the surface of what was wrong with the way we were dealing with drug use, with people who became addicted, like my son became addicted. I realized that there was just so much more that we needed to do, so many more harm reduction strategies, which there's a whole slew of them. We discover every day that there's more need for various forms of harm reduction, right? This movement propelled me into motion because of my passion. I mean, I'm a mama bear. When somebody's doing something wrong to my child, I've come full focus. But it also, you know, with the new administration and all these things that we fought for so long, I mean, it can be terribly disheartening. You have to almost take a moment to grieve, and then that same system of injustice propels you forward to fight, to defend. The drug war has taken away some of my basic human mother's rights to nurture and protect. And I think that pushes me forward. Stigma lies in the criminal justice system, into society, even doctors and well-meaning healthcare providers who told me to use tough love, who told me I was a codependent and an enabler. Labels, words matter, and we really have to change. Even today, I can say things that I find myself saying, wait a minute, that was stigmatizing. You know, we have to really check ourselves. Nonprofits who are going back because of the new administration to DARE programs and drug-free communities and all this kind of, I mean, it's creeping up all around me again. I feel like I've gone back 20 years to when we first started. So, I mean, we really have to be vigilant. How many moms are in the room that have a child that has been incarcerated? Julia Neighbor, and I'm looking right at you. So you know what it feels like to see your son. My son was 20 when I saw him shackled and brought into court. I nearly fainted, you know, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that memory. That's deeply attached inside. It's a wrong to my family. It's a wrong to all families.